it took 12 minutes of strategy before Ronnie made the breakthrough that broke the deadlock there, in effect. But after that safety shot from Ding, it didn't look likely, did it, John?
It's almost unfair. You know, you're playing the best player that's ever lived, but Ding plays a really, safety shot here. Couldn't play this any better. Ronnie actually comes to the table and taps the table because he's played it so well. Look, you see the cue there, just the appreciation. And you put him there in the ball cushion and you think, oh, well, that's all right. He's tapping the table. That must be great. Then he gets down, slightly raises the cue, and goes and knocks this in. And it seems almost unfair. Brilliant pot. OK, he didn't win the frame off that. He was a bit late. Another good long pot later on. But this is the pressure you're under all the time.
Yeah. Agreed, Steve, yeah?
Yeah, it's not just looking ominous for Ding in this match. I'd say it's looking ominous for the rest of the season in whichever matches and tournaments Ronnie decides to play in, because I can't see... Look, I know all the players are great, yeah, but at the moment it just seems like Ronnie's playing at another level. And he's done that before, but he just seems to be, like, at the moment, seems to be having everybody on the back foot. So the Masters, yeah, I think he can win it now. I know there's other great players left in the tournament. And come the World Championship, I think he's going to be best placed to win that as well.
It's really interesting you mention this. We talked to him the other day in the studio about the pursuit of perfection, which used to really get to him, I think, and even he would admit that over the last few years. But since teaming up with Steve Feeney, he seems to be far more able to take the mistakes, to concentrate and focus on the wins rather than the pursuit of perfection. And that's why you see here, you've got 58, 75, 52. OK, he's not knocking in centuries, but that's enough, it seems to me, to be...
Yeah, he's been easier on himself, hasn't he? That's the thing to say, because I've seen performances where he's coming in, he's made 3 centuries, couple of 18. Oh yeah, I played all right today. And other people will be, that's a peak performance for other players for their lifetime, and he's not happy with that. But he is now. He seems to be happy with just enjoying it and getting the job done.
It's also quite funny, isn't it, that sort of Ronnie's got, it appears, I don't know for sure, other interests outside of the game that he spends time indulging in or doing. Okay. With other players, we'd be going, oh, he's not interested in snooker enough. He's got other activities that's taking his mind away from snooker. But with Ronnie, it's the opposite way round.
It seems that is where he finds the release in order to be able to concentrate when he does play.
Yeah, but the others, we're asking them to play 100% all the time to be committed.
One thing I will agree totally with Stephen Hendry is he's looked totally different today, Ronnie. He's totally focused from the first 2 matches he played.
Absolutely. As the pressure comes on. It is Hendry, who's always been able to rise to the challenge, and so too, like Stephen, it's Ronnie today.
Lining up to take this red. Looks pretty straight. There's a test of cueing. Okay, he knew the only red he could leave potential was one he was playing, and that's just sneaked past the middle pocket. So no danger.
No danger, and we're just having a look at this red. Surely he's not going to go off the baulk cushion, is he? Is he going to go off the baulk cushion? And try and pot the red? Well, it mustn't be possible because he's playing safe to the baulk end. Could have done without kissing the brown, but obviously he thinks this red doesn't go. Yeah, you can see it's tight to the jaw, so he's probably right.
Roddy O'Sullivan special here around the angles, try and get in behind that brown. That's where they can get enough side on the cue ball, just couldn't get it wide enough.
Say warm water, you know, is good for the digestion. That's why he has his cup of warm water to keep his hands warm. Yeah. I'd have to have 3 sugars in it, though.
That's always the danger with that shot. Forced into playing that containing safety shot, Ding Junhui. Ronnie will leave the cue ball pretty much where the red is. An angle to take those two reds away from where the black is.
1.
You just got to be careful when you play the shot that the first red you can on doesn't stay there. You want to clear that one away from the black spot as well. Something distracting Ronnie from playing the shot. Red has stayed there, but I think there's plenty of room for the black to go in its spot.
8.
And if the red's available, that really does help the cause. And yeah, you can see that red clearly goes, so
9.
no problems here at all.
Now, ever optimistic director tells you that it's 2 reds and this is the second black coming up.
$60.
Well, it'd be a good one with that red where it is
70.
beside that left middle pocket. I suppose, John, if he got that far, could maybe play one red in off it into the middle pocket. That would one way of clearing it away, but he won't be thinking about it at the moment.
No, I think he's come out with his game face on,
24.
and if he can go into that mid-session interval with a 4-0 lead, he won't be bothered about maximums or anything of the sort. In fact, I don't think he'll play for the black off this red.
Of course, we are waiting for the 147th 147, aren't we, in the game? Who's going to do that? You have to bet against this man doing it.
25.
Just spotted a little bit of fluff. I'll have a steady hand to remove the fluff, really.
$31. $32.
He won't be happy with that one. You can see a slight grimace. Overhit that. Well, for Ronnie Sullivan by a long way. 2 or 3 inches too far.
Yeah, he's lost the cue ball for the time being.
24.
Not far enough back for that. Play for this red to the middle. May have to play it for the corner now. No problem.
35.
But this could be the key shot to the frame. There's no obvious red to play on. Those 2 reds on the right-hand side of the table, possibility could be made in a plant, but a perfect angle on the green if he wants to play the cannon. Cannon it is. Didn't work out.
Yeah, wanted to miss the pink here.
38.
Didn't want to catch the pink at all. Didn't really have enough pace in the cue ball either, you'd have to say. No, this is turning into a very, very tough afternoon for Ding Junhui. Seems every time he comes to the table, at the moment, is faced with a major problem.
Well, I've thrown a line out here. That's all I can see. The only problem is with this type of shot, it's like the blue is twice the size in the middle of the table.
Yeah, and if he takes that path, if he just creeps past that red and the cushion that he's playing for on the left-hand side, he sticks it up to the right corner pocket.
And he doesn't have to come off the top or the baulk cushion. He can, if he can get to the side cushion. Whatever, he's in a spot of bother. And we know the misrule can be very costly. Referees don't take into account how difficult the escape is. They're basically saying you got to hit well. Well, he's playing a lot of left-hand side on this, trying to come off 2-3 cushions. Oh, it's a good line. It's a good line. It's a good line. Is it going to be hard enough?
Foul. And this.
Great effort.
Sullivan, 4.
But the problem is, when you're striking down like that to get the swerve on the ball, it takes a lot of the pace out of it. So, although he had the perfect line there, he's not guaranteed to hit it this time. And as Stephen said, if he slides past it, he leaves it.
Fabulous attempt that was, really.
Ronnie.
Some more pace on this one. Well,
Foul.
Ronnie tapped the table, I think in appreciation of
No Sullivan,
he
4.
didn't hit the red, the attempt. I don't think Ronnie's going to take the miss, you know.
No, well, you know, the misrule is very harsh. I mean, that one particularly is, you know, I mean, it was such a difficult snooker to escape. So fair play to Ronnie for not having it replaced. Yeah, deserving round of applause there. I think players should do that a bit more often, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes they're having to go 4 or 5 cushions, miss it by a hair's breadth, and then they have it replaced, you know. And sometimes it's off a snooker they fluked.
Yeah, Ronnie could appreciate the attempts and how difficult it was, the shot Ding Junhui was playing. Great sportsmanship.
Well, he keeps having a look at this red. I think both players agreed it's not potable. So is he just pushing it past the middle pocket? Is he hoping gravity takes over? No, just pushing it past the pocket. Ronnie looking at the possibility here of a 3-ball plant. It'd have to be a natural. There's certainly a path back to the baulk end. He's just checking to see if he does play it. And leaves the red in this half of the table, that he doesn't leave that red to the left middle. Is it a plant? It's not far off. It's not far off, I'll tell you. But he's more concerned in getting that cue ball back to the baulk cushion, which he's done.
These are tough shots to get right when you're hitting across the red. There's a thin contact. pretty well played. Ronnie's coming around to look at the potting angle. He feels that this does cut in, shot to nothing. Just play this with a little help in left-hand side. Just helps widen the angle with the cue ball.
One.
Another wonderful pot. I think that's another thing that needs mentioning, Stephen. Mark Williams went to the sight-right guy, Steve Feeney, and I know Ronnie's been working with him, and Ronnie's long game certainly seems to be more consistent than it was.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 today. Most of them, if not all of them, being shots to nothing, but very good shots to be able to pot regularly.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. One.
Nothing for Ding Junhui to go at again. There you see long pot success. Ding 0%, Ronnie 71%. I settle for that. Anything in the mid-60s upwards is good long pot success. Because as Stephen said, quite a lot of the long pots are played a shot for nothing. If they don't go in, it goes on the safety success. Anyway, there's a chance for Ronnie. And if he can knock this in, you'd think his guaranteed position are either blue or green. Just taking his time. Somebody has just appeared from nowhere and found a seat. And there's not many seats to find. Already with a 47-point lead. Right in the heart of the pocket.
One.
Not quite on the blue as he would have liked, so may opt for the green.
This was pured, absolutely pured.
Yeah, I think because he can get his hand on the table, he'd prefer to play the blue, but the green looks the better ball for position. But he probably thinks the blue's an easier pot. That's why he's seeing if that red will drop into the left middle. We'll see how he plays this. He obviously thinks it might do, or the red immediately above the black he's on. Whatever. It's a chance to go to that mid-session interval. Oh, he's absolutely perfect. What a chance now for 4-0.
Seven. $14.
Well, apart from that chance that Ding Junhui had in the second frame, it's been a hugely dominant performance from Ronnie O'Sullivan in these first 4 frames. He's completely outplayed his opponent in every department.
80.
You've seen all these stats, and there you see it just Pot success went up
26.
before our very eyes there, from 93% to 94.
27.
Safety success. Well ahead, as I said.
34.
Sheer dominance of an opponent.
35.
Yes, and as you pointed out earlier, the dominance has been by treating your opponent with respect, but still
42.
playing the right shot, the attacking shot at the right time. And
43.
full of confidence, with all the ability in the world. Just the start that Ronnie would be looking for. And for Ding Junhui, well,
48.
he's sat in the loneliest seat in the world. There you see him in the background. And Sting's just flying in like they're over the pocket. It is a pleasure to watch. Maybe not so if you're Ding Junhui.
54. 56.
Just got to negotiate. Missing the pink and blue if he's going to go round the table for the brown. Well, he won't be too bothered about the
56.
green.
Santa Friend.
As I said, a totally dominant performance by Ronnie O'Sullivan. And hard to see a way back now for Ding Junhui. Trails 4 frames to 0.